Was a death. Nothing really happened. Both teams were just feeling each other out. In the second, Belgium needing a win they bring on Romelu Lukaku. I remember watching this game, and when I saw him come on, goosebumps. I thought he was going to do something special. And oh my God, was I wrong? He did something special, but in the wrong way. This man came on to embarrass himself. He played all right. His first shot in the 49th minute was on target. Then in the 59th minute, he has the second shot that hit the post from a tough angle. At this point, everyone's thinking, yeah, Belgium are going to win this game. Romelu Lukaku will score. It's just a matter of when. Oh boy, 3 minutes after he hit the post, this one will miss. That is great. He actually after he misses, I swear to God, every time this one misses, it really comes to every single time. But anyways, with him missing from point blank range, the disgusting performance continued. In the dying minutes of the game being a 0-0, nation on the line, needing a goal to go through into the knockout stage of the World Cup. Eden Hazard's last World Cup. In the 89th minutes, this man gave the goalkeeper the easiest save of his life. This man was out here torturing his fans. Look at their reaction to that miss. We are discussing the game performance. What we sent the nation home with the game ending 0-0. That Jelly Boy was inspired by that performance to make this World Cup song. Never felt this free before. I'm gonna win again. Hey, yo, that performance goes over that trash ass. Anyway, we are playing in a generational stinker tier. Once in a generational stinker. Number 2, what first advantages see all fine. You know, great again. 2023 is by far the most year. Now, the reason why this performance is not because on that night they were not best but the whole stinker breaking this disgusting stinker is because in front of me stand. To drop a stinker after you invite him making standing, that right there is disgusting. That right there is inhumane. That right there is blasphemy. With that generational stinker, he made her an AC Milan fan. Look at her right now. She's an AC Milan fan. So her not only a stinker, he made her exclusive CEO. He dropped a stinker in front of her. AC Milan. That is a generational stinker ranking right there. Put him up there. Number 3, Ousmane Dembele versus Argentina. World Cup final. I thought Dembele was going to have this. I thought it was for Dembele. Because if he wins this match, not one on 0 out of 5 games won in a World Cup final. Lost possession more than 7 times. Gave away a penalty for Argentina's first goal in a World Cup final. At halftime, this guy got hooked. That performance was so bad that he was not even given a rating. How in 45 minutes do you not even get a rating? That is disrespectful. If you told me after that final that this man was going to win the Ballon d'Or, I would call the police on you for conspiracy. I would literally call the police on you for conspiracy. Honestly, forget about the Romelu Lukaku stinker. That was in the World Cup group stage, in a World Cup final. Anyways, we are going to put him in a generational stinker. If we perform like that in a World Cup final, that takes cojones. He was lucky that Kylian Mbappe went crazy. Because he had he will roll the ball straight to Karim Benzema for Sadio Mane equalized straight away, leaving him and there was the best match I have ever seen. I just want to try that match in that cross. That year that the went to Mo Salah for the goal. The same year that Ronaldo over the kick. The same year, by the way, and it's after that it's stinker tier, not generational stinker because of CTE tax. Number 5, Bakayoko versus Watford. I don't need to talk about this, just watch. Of all time. In the 46th minute, he would give away a pass. Then 2 minutes later, he would give away a penalty and would get a red card. All of that in 25 minutes of football. Translation: 25 minutes of football. No time. It's 2 seconds. So in 2 seconds, I gave him a penalty, a red card. His performance was so bad that he came out and said he should have went back to Benfica. So yeah, we have people are going to put it in stinker. Now obviously many players have been stinkers, like Sterling against Leicester, one of the worst games I have seen from a player. Sterling against Sporting, where he missed that open net, or the Tottenham goalkeeper this year, and particularly him. The reason why I did not put him on this list is because he is young and he will have a career. Most of these guys that are on this list, they don't have a career. Like Karius, he doesn't have a career. Bakayoko, he doesn't have a career. But this guy, he's gonna have a career. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. Please like, subscribe, and also follow my Twitch, where I'll be doing watch-alongs for the UCL, where we'll be watching Arsenal lift the UCL together. Link down below in the description. Anyways, guys, goodbye. Today, I am going to create possibly the worst footballer of all time. Not just a bad player that the streets will forget, a player that struck confidence into defenders, a stoppable player on his day, and it did the thinkable. That's the player we are going to create. Let's start off with the body. A footballer's body is everything. It determines how long they can act, whether they are tough or not. He is famous not only for standing but also he takes care of his body every single day, from his diet to his training to his recovery. Look at Lionel Messi, he is the same. Don't let that I don't care gimmick fool y'all. His longevity is not an accident. He makes his body very why do people at the top level so many years? Their success is not only about skill, but also the discipline and respect for their bodies. However, the player we are going to create is going to be the complete opposite of everything we just said. We are looking for a player that does not take care of his body at all. A player that disrespects his body by eating nothing but junk food. And that player is Aiden. We are going to take this brother's body on. That sounds bad. But he doesn't take care of his body. He was addicted to burgers. This time was part of McDonald's and he gained 5 kilos every summer. And this was him at Real Madrid. Unserious football. So we're going to take Aiden at the body. Also, we are going to take Naima's knee with the body. Yes, our player is going to be ass, but he's also going to be like still cabbage. This brother played 7 games in Saudi and earned more than certain countries' yearly income. Robbery of the century. Alright, so far we have Aiden has his body and Naima's knee. Our player is going to be so bad. Oh my god. Next, we have to move on to one of the most important parts of a footballer, football IQ. This is the difference between a good player and a great player. Physical ability can take you far, but intelligence is what separates the elite from everybody else. Players like Kevin De Bruyne shows this perfect. He knows where every player is, where they will run, and where the ball needs to go before anybody else realizes it. The same can be said for Lionel Messi. Another example is Thomas Müller. Although he not be fast, he's also there. But his finds space where nobody else can. And awareness allows him to score and quick switch with extraordinary physical ability. This is why he's called the master of space. However, quality of his footballing IQ is gonna be non-existent. A player that constantly does not know where to stand. A player that runs into the open. A player that makes the wrong decision every single time when he should pass. When he should pass. Next ability we need to talk about is passing ability, the heartbeat of football. The ability to move the ball accurately and creatively dictate the course of a match. Great passes don't just hit the ball, they control the rhythm of the game. Take Tony Kroos for an example. His passes are precise, measured, and perfectly timed. He can switch the play across the field with a single touch or pick out a teammate in a pocket of space that might not be hit. Man that excels at passing. One of my favorite footballers of all time, Thiago Alcantara. He combines technique, timing, and intelligence to create opportunities from almost nothing. He makes passing look easy. Sergio Busquets, so many footballers. Now let's take a look at a disaster of a player, and let's see whose passing ability will be taken. We are going to take Ugarte's. Just watch this clip. His short passes go nowhere. His long passes are blind and chaotic. Timing is non-existent. Vision is non-existent. He has no vision at all. Even when he's standing right next to an open teammate, somehow, someway, he manages to overhit it or underhit it or completely misplace the ball. So for this, we are going to take Ugarte's passing. Our player so far has the rating of 3 in FIFA. Next, we move on to pace. Pace has never been more important in football. The modern game is all about speed and power. If you have elite pace, you can survive at the highest level. Speed allows players to escape defenders, create chances, and turn small moments into dangerous opportunities. Take Gareth Bale for an example. Bale's pace was terrifying. Defenders knew what he was going to do, and they couldn't stop him. He could push the ball past you and be gone in seconds. His speed made him one of the most dangerous footballers in the world, allowing him to score goals and create chances and decide in big matches like he did against Barcelona. Now look at Adama Traore. His game is built almost entirely on pace and power. Once he starts running, he's nearly impossible to catch. His speed alone allows him to beat defenders and create problems, even in other situations where other abilities might be lacking. Pace makes him a constant threat. That's why this man has a drop. If he didn't have pace, he would not be a footballer. Pace is a weapon that creates fear. But our player, he doesn't have this weapon. His pace is going to be non-existent. This man is going to be slower than a pregnant snail. I don't even know if snails get pregnant, but he's going to be slower than a pregnant snail. And the player's pace will be taken is Olivier Giroud. That's right. I have never seen a striker slower than this man. He can't run. Just look at this video right here. He runs like he's stuck on mud. Defenders don't chase him if they wait for him. Counter attack dies at his feet. Olivier, this is where the counter attack dies Giroud. Even the slowest player on the pitch can catch up to him with bro. Just look at these pundits clowning on him for his pace. Oh, Giroud is lack of pace. So for the pace, we'll be taking Olivier Giroud. Now let's move on to finishing. The hardest, most rewarding job in football, the ability to turn chances into goals. This is the most decisive skill in football. You can have the pace, you can have all the intelligence, you can have all the technique in the world, but if you can't finish, this means nothing. Finishers win games, finishers win trophies. Take Cristiano Ronaldo for an example. Ronaldo is one of the most ruthless finishers the game has ever seen. Give him one chance, it's usually a goal. Another one is Erling Haaland. Haaland is a pure goal-scoring machine. He doesn't need many touches. His positioning and finishing allows him to score goals again and again and again. That's what separates the elite scorers from everybody else. Now, our player finishing ain't a part of his game. He can't finish to save his life. And the player that we will be taking for this is Barcola. He misses open goals. His shots have no accuracy, no power, no composure. 1v1 with the goalkeeper, you already know the outcome. It's not a goal. Barcola has to be one of the worst finishers in football right now. I swear, if this man had an ability to score, he would be one of the best players in the world. The reason why I chose him over Darwin Núñez is because Barcola can create a goal scoring opportunity and then he will miss. Darwin Núñez can't do that. This man will dribble through players and he will miss. He does all the work, but when it's time to pour the biscuit, Walking Dead reference right there, he can't do it. He can't score. If this man was Tupac shooter, Tupac would be on a world tour right now. So for finishing, we're taking Barcola. Next with finishing, we move on to clutch. The ability to deliver in big moments. Anyone could score when the pressure is low. Anyone could perform when the game doesn't matter. Anybody could score against Wolves. I don't know why I said that. But the greatest players step up when everything is on the line, when the clock is ticking down, when their team needs it the most. Take Didier Drogba for an example. Drogba was the definition of clutch. Big matches, finals, decisive moments. This is Sergio Ramos. Ramos built a legacy on clutch moments. Like what he did against Madrid. Clutch players don't disappear. They decide history. But our player is going to be the complete opposite. His finishing is going to be bad. And he tries to miss it. And there's one player that comes to mind for this ability. One player that has zero clutchness. And that player is Lautaro Martinez. Playing against Milan, Torino, Sassuolo. This man is not scoring. Lautaro Martinez in big game situations is a complete fraud. I still have to get started over you. Ken Alvarez, a youngster, started over you. In that World Cup final, this man did everything in his power to score. Not in that World Cup. He tried. You know who he is for all my NBA watchers? Lautaro Martinez is the exact same player as DeMar DeRozan. Yes, him and DeMar DeRozan are literally the same player. There's no telling who they go tournament, but come the playoffs, come the Champions League, come the World Cup, these guys disappear. But at the end of the season, when you look at their numbers, they had high numbers. Because one still had Monza or Spinazzola or that's the hardest job. Matter of fact, the hardest job in sports. Period. Our player needs to be a bad goalkeeper. Now for this, I chose Onana. Now I know Onana ain't the worst goalkeeper out there because there's Karius. There's plenty more bad goalkeepers out there. There's Runnison. Runnison, one of the worst Arsenal goalkeepers I've ever seen. One of the worst Arsenal players I've ever seen. But the thing with Onana is because I want our player to be bad funny, bro. I want our player to make football for not hate him, but enjoy him. So for the goalkeeping department, we are going to take Onana. Now I know I didn't do defense, but I'm gonna keep down to that. Tell me what player we should go for. Very excited. Let's start off the shocking results today. Atalanta versus Dortmund. The first leg of this game ended 2-0 with Dortmund. So going into the second leg, people were trash talking the Serie A. Bundesliga fans were making fun of the Serie A. Premier League fans were making fun of the Serie A. Football fans in general were making fun of the Serie A. Even the Dortmund admin was making fun of the Serie A. So coming into this game, Atalanta had to fight for their legacy and for their league's legacy. Here will go runs for no pen and of Atalanta. From the very first minute of this game, it was all Atalanta. Those players looked like they had devil magic in their blood system because they were playing out of their minds. We saw Prime Skamaka come back because in the 5th minute, he was going to make the game 2-1 on aggregate. Just before halftime, to prove that these guys were using double magic, Zaba Costa would also score off a deflection. Zaba Costa scoring in Big 26, that's evidence that they were using black magic. At halftime, the game on aggregate was tied up at 2-2. I don't know what the hell going out there. I don't even know if they had a pregame talk. And if they did have one, they involved eating a bunch of cheeseburgers and smoking meat. Because in the first half, they looked out of it. But in the second half, Dortmund came out slightly better. But Atlanta would strike again in the 57th minute to make the game 3-2. At this point, I thought the tie was over. But then, Adeyemi would leap off the bench and he will score straight away. After Gulassi tried to look like the Lukaku region, so suddenly the game was 3-3 in the dying minutes. But then Dortmund would leave off the bench. I'm not going to say it. Dr. Umar, take it away.
Key chip will activate.
As Dr. Umar said, Dortmund would activate Dortmund. First of all, we tried to center back by shot my position. This kind of between at the moment he was in the party what he did the night before the game. Atlanta will be one of the shit. Just like that, Dortmund are knocked out of the Champions. And are we surprised that Dortmund did? Dortmund, this is what they do. They are a cook organization. This is what they do. They love to watch. Also, credit to Atalanta because they carried their bum-ass legacy today. Because if they lost, oh my God, Serie A would get cooked on a whole different level. Borussia Dortmund are the Tottenham of Atletico Madrid. I don't even know what the hell that means, but I agree. I 1010% agree. I'm in tears for what Dortmund fans were talking all kind of smack on the Serie A after yesterday just for Atalanta to score 3 on their head. Yup, it isn't only Dortmund fans. It was every single football fan out there that was talking about it. Speaking of Serie A, let's talk about Inter versus Bodo. After losing 3-1 away, Inter Milan needed a big comeback. It was the final, and honestly, when I saw this, I knew they were not going to get it. What a lot of people are doing and the better team. Surprise, surprise. Then in the second half, Bodo Glimt would take the lead off of a dumb mistake by Akanji to score to make the game 1-0. At this point, when Bodo Glimt scored, the tie was over. But it got worse. Bodo Glimt would score again to make the game 2-0, meaning the aggregate score was 5-1. But then Bastoni would manage to score one more goal to make the result slightly respectable. Man respected him. He did a crisp ball. Then at the game, when was the last time a finalist was knocked out this early?
2006, Arsenal.
Whoa, ChatGPT, friendly fire, dog. As for Bodo Glimt, matter of fact, as for Norway, they own Italy. Yes, congratulations, Italy. You are now colonized by Norway. The mighty because look at the teams they beat. These guys are going to cause chaos in the UCL. I can feel it. Made this garbage into team and reach 2 UCL finals in 3 years. Why did they say that? Actually, I know why they said it because it doesn't. Bro, just look at this graphic, man. I really feel for the Inter Milan admin, bro. This guy puts in mad work, bro. He puts in an hour. It's him, bro. This man deserves all the sympathy, bro. But the moment that guy is jobless, he still gets a job. He's jobless in his job. That guy deserves everything in life. This is the lowest points in the history of Italian football. Top of the Serie A by 10 points, getting back to overtaken by a Norwegian side in preseason. Yes, they are in preseason. It will only get worse if Italy fail to qualify for the World Cup again. If they fail to qualify for the third World Cup in a row, they should be banned from ever qualifying ever again. Like, don't even let them qualify. Don't let them enter the qualification. They should be banned. This next game we need to talk about is the old Juventus versus Galatasaray. This whole episode today is based on Serie A. After losing 5-2 away at Gala, which was disgusting, they had to find a way to come back at home. They don't give any hope of a comeback. From the very first minute of this game, it was by far the better team. Galatasaray came to this game wanting to play around football. They did not want anything to do with football. All they did was diving inside in minute 1. But in the 37th minute, Juventus would win a penalty, and Locatelli would score to make the game 1-1. The comeback was on. Then right at a halftime, disaster would strike and Juventus would get a red card through Kelly. At this point, 99.9% of people thought the game was over. Galatasaray had a 90% chance of qualifying, but Gala was so stupid. Instead of opening up and playing football with Juve having 10 men, they kept playing haram football. And in Ramadan, haram football will not be rewarded. They couldn't string two passes together. And because of that, Juve would score through Gatti to make the game a 5-4 on aggregates. Then minutes later, Weston McKennie would score to make the game a 5-5. Full time would come and we would go into extra time. In extra time, Juve had a chance to win the game, but they would ultimately miss. And because of that, they would ultimately get gassed out because of they lost the first leg 5-2. Galatasaray would finally remember how to play football in extra time, and they would score two goals. The game would end at 7-5 on aggregate. Can I just say I miss UCL football? Watching Premier League week in, week out, it made me miss UCL football. Despite the loss, we had Real Madrid will not do such a thing, bro. Real Madrid fans are the most uptight human beings to ever touch planet Earth. They wouldn't do such a thing. Anyways, let's see what people are saying online after this result. Juve, the greatest rage-baiting entity of all time, starts winning 1-0, gets down to 10 minutes, still scores 2 goals, 3-0 into extra time, has multiple chances for 4-0, final result for 3-2. Yep, that's what they do, man. And then they get and happens every single time. I still can't get over Bolton, and that was the funniest thing this season. Real Madrid also won today. Benfica, Vini had a legacy game. Also, PSG are not the same team. Are not that good this season. They barely 10-man monitor. They would tie that game if somebody did not miss